what do you think was the biggest mindset shift you had to make through your career of transitioning from, again,
Yeah.
State Farm Insurance, of go to school, get this career? What was the mindset shift for you? And is it still the same mindset today as it was back then?
I think probably one of the greatest set shifts was not to think of yourself as this kind of monolith that's outside the system, that, you're so far outside that nobody else can see you, right? I think we all feel like, I used to always kind of feel like you never can make it from St. Louis. You can never, I'm not the shiny suit dude that's going to be, so you start to see yourself like, I'm only going to be able to, knock down these doors. And as you kind of go, you recognize that the world is big. It is truly an audience out there for everyone, and you earn them. You don't get it automatically because you feel you deserve it. You earn it. And so that's truly one thing that I keep to this day. I literally am willing to work for, go grab, go hustle for, and build every little thing that comes my way. I'm not resting on any laurels. I'm not resting on any hubris. You can give me all the accolades of everything you loved. That's great. Thank you. Right now, I'm here to do a job today for you.
Wow.
Like, to get that. If whoever's paying the money, I'm here for you. Let's go.
You still feel like you got to earn it.
I earn it. I want to earn it.
Wow.
So that's the thing that I take. I take as, and I try to teach that to my kids too, is that, you can be great. You can get a lot of things that's going to come to your way that's going to feel like, hey, and after a while, your celebrity, your stardom makes you feel like this should be mine automatically. And you got to recognize that that's not a truth.
Did that ever hang you up over the last, decades, where you became more of a celebrity and had bigger opportunities and got the bigger paychecks? Did you ever catch yourself thinking you were better than, or now you deserve something, and you had to wake up and say, oh, I actually got to keep working for this?
Oh, of course. I mean, this is I would imagine, everybody's going to have that as trajectory happens, right? Especially when you're in the hot spot, when you're in that white hot space where things are just blowing up and you like going, then you like, all right, cool. It's things that you need, you know what I mean? Like, like these are things that I feel are requirements for me to get the job done. And then you kind of realize, really? Do I really need?
Do I really know it's green M&M's?
Yeah, is that a necessary? Like, I can't do the show unless I don't have. Come on, man. You start to go like, that's ridiculous,
Right.
Now I never was that far, but anything along that line, little things that become like, hotels. If I don't have a suite, if I don't have a, this kind of car, like you like, okay, this is ridiculous,
Right.
like that's, so. Those are moments, and I think
sure.
that life will humble you one way or the other.
Yeah.
And so, because it is truly an ebb and flow to it all. It's always somebody next. It's always, I feel very blessed to be consistent. What I feel consistent for, as long as I am 30 plus years in this business, super highs, of course, down periods, but overall consistent. Like,
Yeah.
Great career, good life, nothing, no scandals,
Sure.
like just
Consistent.
do my thing, man. Like this me. Like this.
How do you feel? You mentioned kind of there's always someone next. There's always seems like there's so many talented comedians or people in comedy who are making a name for themselves, growing massive social media followings, selling out arenas, all these different things. How do you deal with comparison of the younger generation coming up? Maybe they're doing things differently or in a new way. How do you deal with that emotionally or mentally, even with all your success, even with, being on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, even with all the accolades? Does comparison ever creep in?
I mean, I think it creeps in to the point that it, for me, it's either a motivator or something I applaud. Most of the time, I love to see people win. Like, and if you win in and you literally your food and your plate is yours. And people who have learned to be able to be great at that, especially like the rise of the social media fame, and you like, look, these guys they're unique. They do these skits, they wake up and they actually do the work, right? So you can't be mad at somebody that actually gets up and do it. Like, they do it. They shoot them. I don't shoot them. So what I'm gonna sit up and critique it? I mean, that ain't real comedy.
Right.
But I never tried one. I never did it myself. I don't do it every day. I don't go and work to build an audience. So what am I critiquing? Something that I'm just observing, you know what I mean? And got opinion, like, go, you win and kill
Right.
it, and then I've met a lot of these guys, and they're funny, unique young people, and they motivate you. Now you start to think a different way. And so, that's really been my space. I try to really stay true to who I am. So I actually develop with a lot of young creators to get them bigger projects. Your social media is your thing, but I'm in the world of television and film, and let's take that idea and develop it into a bigger idea. And those are the relationships I have with them, as opposed to being anti or hating on.
That's
or
smart.
whatever that. Yeah.
Have you always had this collaborative mindset versus being a competitor to people in the industry?
Yeah, I think so. And I kind of feel like that's a Midwest thing in a way. It's a very much like, because we all kind of feel like we're here together in our own little niche, and so there's a lot of like, help the other dude up, come on up, and then we all go, right?
Yes.
So that's always been my thing. I love that environment better. I much rather be with a group of my friends and family doing something than to be the only one doing it. You know what I mean? Like, so we gonna go on vacation, like, let's figure out how we all can do it. Like, sure, I can stay in the Four Seasons, but if everybody can stay in the Westin,
that's
then
fun.
let's go
More
there
fun.
then. Like, let's go. It's gonna be more fun. Like,
Absolutely.
right? So, but that's different. So, like, yeah. Even being able, for me, like, even for somebody like Steve to like embrace me, and we would do these freestyles on stage sometimes, because he just liked to come up, and it was his club. So he would come up and just be talking. You'd be like, yo, man, you about to take the audience away from me. I'll go back on stage